What a mess. Oh, horn blasters. Alright, so new air hose for the Suburban, for the air horns. I guess the way I routed it, it's a little close to the exhaust, and it got hot enough where the air pushed through, so I kind of melted it. So we're working on that. The Suburban's not here. It's getting the windshield fixed. It leaks, so they put it in May, and of course it hasn't really rained, and it rained, and now it leaks. So they're checking it out. Maybe if it needs a new seal, because it's not glued in. It's got the rubber gasket around. And then I got to put this on. Like I said, I got the whole thing. This is the transmission cooler. You guys saw me put one on the front of the Suburban. Well, I also have one underneath now. It's an old one I put on. Still gets hot, 200 degrees, pulling on a hill. So I'm going to run electric fan. So I'm going to put that in. It's a little bit bigger and run electric fan. I took the crossover steering off because I needed the sway bar for the trailer. You guys seen the trailer. It's about 7,000 pounds. So I put the sway bar on the Suburban. So I had to change the steering back off. And when I did do the crossover steering and welded all this on, I actually forgot to take the rod end off. And I tried heating it up yesterday. I can't adjust it. It won't move. So that second bar down here is another one. We're going to build another one. I got to take this end off, and then I got parts to make another one, and then this piece is going to be for a what do you call those, cross arm, stabilizer arm? I don't know. It goes from the differential to the frame. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, what's it called? Panhard bar. So I'm putting a panhard bar on it, and because I live in Livermore, Chassis Unlimited's here, and they're the one who supplies me with all this. Not supplies me, but I buy it from them. All the ends, the rod ends, the Heim joints. I probably should have got grade 8, but all they have was these. I don't know what. We'll see how that works. Bought a package of Christmas ornaments, so you guys don't really see it, but they're laser cut out like a Christmas tree. There's a Jeep, there's a Toyota one in here, and some other ones. I'll lay those out. This needs to be welded onto the frame, the rod ends for the hot, and then for the steering. I also ordered end links for the sway bar. I will show you. That's supposed to come next week, or this next week, probably Wednesday, and a bushing kit for the sway bar because the bushings are shot. So when I get the Suburban, I'm going to do probably today, if it's not going to take too long. I want to get the new airline put in, and then get the cooler possibly put in and wired. So we'll see. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I will bring you guys back when I get working and when it gets here. I have a couple things I can do until then, but it's not really anything to record. The one thing I am going to do is on the transmission. I bought, it's not going to be just an on and off switch, it's going to run off a temperature switch, so I got to plumb that into it. Oh, it's daycare day. They're picking up. So anyway, I will bring you guys back when I have more or start working on it. I ended up placing an O2 sensor, kept throwing an engine code. This thing is not that old, and it's also a Delphi. Anyway, I just ran to AutoZone, picked up a Bosch, put it in. It's been fine for the last 2 weeks. So I'll bring you guys back when I get more. All right. Nope. Elite Auto Glass did my window. They fixed it. Done. They had to put some sealant or something in there, and they put the window back in. But I changed. I don't know if I can even get to it. The shock might be in the way. I put an air chuck on it. I could probably get to it. Might be kind of a pain. But I just put that on. Let me show you. I have a leak I found on the transfer case. I guess you might be able to, you can see where it's coming from. So I'm going to try cleaning it and just wiping some silicone on it just to see if it works. If it doesn't work, then I'll unbolt that tail part and reseal it. But there's the horns. Oh, here's the airline I took off. There, right there. See, it got just hot enough, and the air blew it out. So I have some of this heat shield. I'm going to try sliding some of that on there and see what that does. That should, and then of course I'll probably route it away from the exhaust more. So I'm in the process of doing that. Engine's still running good. No complaints. Oh, I was going to go to Walmart. I was going to change the weight oil. It's at 2050. I'm going to drop it down. Something thinner so I don't have that lifter knock, and see if that takes care of that. So anyway, let me get back to it. Get this heat shield on, get this line put up. And then I'm not sure what I'll do next. Maybe the oil cooler? Transmission cooler? It's in there. The oil cooler leaks somewhere. See, it's all wet. It's leaked since I owned it. And you can definitely see there. So that's going to have to be replaced. Wonderful. Alright. I have a mess in the garage. Let me get back to it. Alright, it's running. Compressor's on. Airline's on. Horns on. I replaced the collector gasket. The collector bolts. It's got a cone-shaped collector. And I think the bolts were a little bit too long, so they're almost bottoming out on threads, and they always come loose, so I just replaced those. It's a lot quieter, no more exhausting. So what I'm working on now is get this cooler. So I got to pull these bolts off, screws, that guy, that one, that one, that one, and this comes off, and then I got to pull the ones off the top here, then this comes off. As soon as this thing's full of air, I'll turn the Suburban on. Do this one-handed. I'll get this off, and then I'll get the cooler on. We'll go from there. All right, I got this one off. Still hooked up to the hoses. Just want to see. It's like 11. By 8. This one is 11 by 10. So 2 more inches of cooling, and then it's got an electric fan. So I'll wire all that up. I'm going to get this thing mounted. I might not need these brackets. Oh, I guess I will. That's what the fan's attached to. Alright, well, let me get this in and figure out the mounting and everything. Alright. Alright guys, it's on. I'm getting it wired here, so I'll have to rewire it backwards. So the ground's actually going to be the power, so this fan pulls air versus pushes. I hope it doesn't matter with the fan blades. They're like directional swirl kind of thing. But it's on, and it's right up against the grill. But it should be okay. It's got a fan in there now, so hopefully it pulls air. It's a bigger cooler, so. Alright, so let me get to wiring and then get the rest of this grill back on. And it's got a temperature control. I mean, it's kind of a cheesy made in China. Here's the color code. Fan control, but it runs 2 fans. And then the adjustment is that little tiny screw right there. It's supposed to be 160 to 210, so I stuck it right in the middle. Hopefully that's like, I don't know, 180 or something. And then hopefully that'll come on, and then I have to plumb. This is what I have. This is the sender. So I'll put the 2 transmission lines on each side, and I'm not going to set it up right just in case it gets a bubble. I'll set it off to the side, probably right up here. There's some lines up there. There's transmission. There's rubber hose up there, so I'll put it over there. And then there's the inline filter. Cool. That's where we'll be. Get all that done. Good to go. Then I think I might mount this. Just put it right there. They said it's not waterproof. All the reviews that were on this. I mean, I could mount it over here by the battery, but actually I think right there is going to be good. So we're good to go on that. I'll finish this up and we'll get back. Alright, so it's mounted. Kind of wires are everywhere. Clean those up a little bit, but really they're out of the way. It's not going to hurt anything. Power, the only thing I needed to wire is an ignition on, and then of course adjust for temperature control. Here's where I put it. You can see right, I don't know, can you see? It's dark and it's starting to get dark, but that's it right there. Right next to the filter. That way I can get to it if I need to. Fan is in. So I'm going to call this one a night, guys. I think that's it. Until I get the stuff for the sway bar, the bushings and everything comes in, I will get back to you. And then I'll figure out how to get that drag link put on. So, until then, I'm signing off. Thanks for new subscribers and thumbs up, all that good stuff, you know. Yeah. Cool. Alright guys, we'll see you, and I'll bring you back when I got some more stuff, and I got more stuff coming, you know. Center link, center drag link, and then the crossover steering. All that's got to go on, but I will weld it without putting the joints in there. So, alright, cool. See ya.